Kim Kardashian is frightened beyond belief that Kanye West will further embroil her family in the Diddy mess.
Kanye West, I hate that man. Plus, I seen the nigga at one of the parties just sucking in the bathroom.
Sean Diddy Combs is in a life-threatening battle. In tatters, Diddy's 3-decade reign at the pinnacle of the entertainment world is under intense examination due to the ongoing sex trafficking trial in his billion-dollar organization. With one notable exception, celebrities worldwide are frantically trying to conceal their past relationship with the so-called Diddler. Even as the accusations and lawsuits mount, Kanye West, also known as Ye, has turned into Diddy's most adamant defender and is prepared to drag his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, into the center of the largest scandal Hollywood has ever witnessed. For this reason, I'm breaking down every single connection between Diddy and Kanye Kim in order to uncover the truth about their crazily twisted relationship. How long have Kanye and Diddy been together? What is the dark secret of the Kardashians' decades-long relationship with Diddy? What was actually happening with Diddy mentoring one of the biggest pop icons in the industry? We have even combed through innumerable social media posts and court records to provide you with the most recent information on the extremely complex friendship between Ye and Diddy. Finally, we'll examine all the ways that Kanye and Kim may be related to Diddy's present legal troubles and how Diddy's decline could bring them down with him. Why is Kanye so determined to get Diddy out of jail and willing to put his family at risk in the process?
Sounds like you might be having a little bit of a hard time just figuring it out. Do you need some help?
One of Kanye's greatest idols prior to his rise to fame was Diddy. Kanye was a budding music producer in the early 2000s who aspired to be a rapper. K collaborated closely with Jay-Z's label, Rockefeller Records, to become one of the industry's most popular beatmakers. Despite his success behind the scenes, Ye's true goal was to land his own record deal and put out his own songs. Diddy, a long-standing associate of Jay-Z, established his own label in the meantime. A bad boy, Diddy had transformed from a record producer to a Grammy-winning #1 performer with a hefty TV deal and his own fashion line. Diddy's transformation from a producer to one of the industry's biggest stars was just what Kanye desired for himself. Following the release of his debut album, The College Dropout, in 2004, Kanye, like his idol, became an immediate Grammy Award winner. As both Diddy and Kanye were hailed as hip-hop royalty, they became peers before they were formally included. In Diddy's 2006 song, Everything I Love, they were regularly seen together at events. Diddy and Ye even posed for photos with Prince William and Prince Harry in 2007 during a celebration for their late mother, Princess Diana. Diddy has acknowledged that after seeing one of Ye's performances in 2009, Kanye helped him rediscover hip-hop. I'm going to the Kanye West concert the other night to watch him perform, and I have nothing but high expectations. I can admit that the concert had a profound impact on my life. I was incredibly motivated and astonished. It was lovely, and I fell in love with hip-hop once more. The motivation behind Ye and Diddy's bromance was obviously reciprocal. But Diddy's relationship with Kim Kardashian may have had the greatest impact on Kanye West.
I definitely protected him, and I still will.
Kim was working diligently as Paris Hilton's secretary at the same time as Ye was becoming well-known, till a sexual encounter when a 2007 tape featuring her and R&B artist Ray J was released. Kim's shot to fame. Kim's mother, Kris Jenner, is accused of purposefully leaking the footage so that her daughter could become famous. Although Kim and Kris have refuted those claims, Kim Kardashian moved from planning Paris Hilton's iconic to becoming one of the most well-known reality TV personalities ever. Meanwhile, Diddy had gained notoriety for hosting wild parties for himself and other famous people from Hollywood. Additionally, Kim and Diddy met at some point during that period. In actuality, Diddy and Kris Jenner have a well-documented past. During several appearances on Kris' talk show, Diddy acknowledged that he had a long-standing affection for her. Kris is even credited with helping Diddy start Revolt, his own television network. However, Diddy's ties to the Kardashians don't stop there. It turns out that Diddy was close to another Kardashian family member when they were still minors. Khloe, Kim's younger sister, is the Kardashian sibling with the strongest recognized relationship to Diddy. In a previous clip featuring the Kardashians, according to Scott Disick, Khloe was sent to accompany Diddy on tour when she was only 16 years old. Yes, I was on tour with Puff when she was 16, and I was undoubtedly drinking at the time. Jesus, what are you doing? Additionally, Khloe invited Diddy as a special guest on her own show, Cocktails with Khloe, where she talked candidly about her early days working for him.
Definitely was drinking at 16.
Yeah, Chloe was on tour with Puff when she was 16.
Look, considering the accusations against Diddy, it's entirely plausible that everything here was professional. Pertaining to children, it's difficult to ignore this information. Khloe even discusses leaving a Diddy party at 5:30 in the morning, which Justin Bieber was reportedly present at in a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Just remember I was young and I had so much, you're Puff Daddy. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I don't even know what I did. I just remember I would always be in the studio running around, but it taught me discipline.
Khloe and French, a New York rapper, had an intermittent romance that same year. Montana, who was contracted to Diddy's Bad Boy company as well, actually. Diddy was the only one that brought Khloe and French together in the first place.
I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Diddy undoubtedly had a significant influence on the lives of the Kardashians, notably Kanye's tumultuous marriage to Kim in 2012. Kanye dropped the song Cold, in which he openly disparaged Kim at the same time that her marriage to her ex-husband, Kris Humphries, was disintegrating.
I hit up Puff. I'm like, yo, you got her number? And Puff sent her a text like, yo, French, what's your number? She was like, give it to him.
Kanye chose to sample a 1997 Diddy song to express his love for Kim. Titled Looking at Me, however, Ye's choice to sample could have been far more than just an Easter egg. In a weird, meandering speech, Kanye complimented Diddy and mentioned how he used to look up to him as his hero. Ye also made an unexpected appearance at the 2022 BET Awards to present Sean Diddy Combs with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
I just need to meet this man. This is my favorite artist. You see what I'm saying? Favorite artist. Everything. Not specifically production, the drip. Back then, it was so many rules to hip hop, and he broke all of them.
However, Ye also made a really insightful remark regarding how Diddy might greatly impact his union with Kim.
Go to him for advice to this day. He inspires so many of my choices, so many of my life choices, my wife choices.
According to Kanye, Diddy may have been the catalyst for his initial marriage to Kim, and it's easy to believe. Given Diddy's strong relationships with Kris Jenner and the entire Kardashian family. But if you look a little closer, you start to notice some quite unsettling links between Kim, Diddy, Kanye, and none other than Justin Bieber.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
As I previously mentioned, Khloe Kardashian claimed to have attended a Diddy party while butt naked with Justin Bieber. However, Diddy and Justin have been together since Justin was only 15 years old. Justin uploaded a video titled 48 Hours with Diddy to his YouTube page in 2009.
Now he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives. Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
Diddy was regarded as one of Justin's industry mentors for many years. Both of them were regularly seen together, and Justin occasionally called Diddy his older brother. Additionally, Justin was spotted going out shirtless with Diddy at a nightclub in Atlanta when he was just 19 years old. In 2016, Justin shared a set of pictures on his Instagram page with the description, Uncle Puff and Yeezy giving thanks to Jesus, and he stood with Kanye, Diddy, and his manager, Scooter Braun. Kim appeared in those identical backstage pictures as well. While there is no proof that anything illegal occurred between Diddy and Justin, Justin's frequent presence by Diddy's side has caused a lot of fans to feel uneasy. However, it also turns out that the Kardashian family was crucial to Justin Bieber's Career, Diddy and Justin's years-long relationship has recently come under intense scrutiny. In fact, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's lifelong companion, started out as a tour manager. In actuality, Justin Bieber was one of his most well-known clients. Additionally, Diddy's ex-partner, Kim Porter, who died in 2018, was close to Corey personally. In 2020, Corey posted a quote on Instagram with the comment, "Thank you for all you and Diddy did for my life, in honor of Kim Porter's birthday." The knowledge that Corey was connected to Diddy, Kanye didn't ignore Justin Bieber and the Kardashians. When he criticized Corey in 2022, Ye published the quotation, "God has a plan to remove the godless." Corey needed to never be here in a since-deleted Instagram post. Anyway, a good guy who was close to Puff's family before meeting Justin Bieber and then slipping in when Kris got divorced, even Kanye was uneasy about the situation, which is strange because typically Ye is the one making others uncomfortable. However, Kim and Kanye began responding to the news in very different ways after the accusations against Diddy began to surface.
Cause ain't none of y'all niggas stand up for me. Ain't nobody stop. Shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled.
Kim and the other members of the Kardashian family began consciously excluding themselves from everything. Diddy's connection, Kim discreetly unfollowed Diddy on social media in March 2024. Just days before federal agents raided Diddy's houses in Miami and Los Angeles, despite their nearly two-decade-old relationship together. According to reports, the Diddy issue has the Kardashians in full-blown panic mode. Although the family admits to going to some of Diddy's glitzy parties, insiders claim that they have not participated in the infamous freak-offs that are at the core of his sex trafficking trial. Additionally, Khloe claims to have attended a nude party. I'm not sure whether I would characterize that as glamorous, but to each his own. Kim is making every effort to distance herself from Diddy. But her ex-husband, Kanye West, is acting in the exact opposite way. Ye became Diddy's most outspoken and well-known celebrity backer. Kanye shared a remix of the song Like That about 1 month after Diddy's houses were raided, in which he belittled Drake Cole and declared his admiration for Diddy's clothing brand. John Shaw.
Thank you so much, man. It's like you raised me even when I didn't know you.
Ye then doubled down in February 2025 by adding a personalized line of free Puff merchandise on his website. He also went to X to support Diddy, saying, quote, "All these celebrities are naked if you watch our brother rot and never say shit." A week later, Ye shared screen captures from a security camera that seemed to depict Diddy brutally assaulting Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend. Ye chose to voice his own thoughts despite Diddy's public apologies for the video, saying, "When a man truly loves a woman, he may express it in rage. I empathize with both sides." To go so far as to risk everything, you must be genuinely in love. God damn whatever you say. Additionally, Ye posted, "Hey, question. Would beating up one's girlfriend in public be seen as domestic violence, outdoor violence, or just public indecency? I'm just talking for a friend." The absurd part is that Kanye isn't even making an effort to refute the accusations made against Diddy. Kanye West referred to Diddy as his twin and publicly pleaded with President Trump to liberate his brother Puff, thus arguing that it doesn't matter if Diddy did commit crimes. During his performance at the Super Bowl, Ye even attempted to get Kendrick Lamar to yell "Free Puff." Kendrick Lamar needs to scream "Free Puff" from the Super Bowl stage. We will all know why. Be honest, I have no idea why, but I believe that everyone has their own preferences. However, Kim Kardashian remained completely silent as Kanye was furiously tweeting about his love for an alleged sex trafficker. She likely believed that she could put up with Kanye's antics for long enough for her to be unaffected until Kanye pulled her daughter into the fray. Ye released a brand new song titled "Lonely Rose Go to Sunshine" in March 2025. And let's just say that the guest stars on the song were intriguing. Diddy's son Justin King Combs, Ye, Kim's daughter Northwest, and the imprisoned bad boy boss himself made appearances on Lonely Roads. The song also includes snippets of a jail call. between Diddy and Ye, in which Diddy thanks Ye for his support and Ye tells Diddy,
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
Kim acted quickly after learning that Kanye had collaborated with Diddy on a song featuring their 11-year-old daughter, filing a cease and desist against Lonely Roads while Kanye shared their private correspondence. Ye explicitly requests in those texts that Kim changed the trademark surrounding North West's name, amend it, or I'm going to war, and neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. News quickly circulated that Kanye intended to spend time with Andrew and Tristan Tate, both of whom have been charged with sex trafficking offenses in Romania. Additionally, Kim moved swiftly to take North out of Ye's custody before the Tate brothers could arrive, even though the Tate brothers have rejected the accusations. However, Ye wasn't finished yet, claiming that Cassie Ventura attempted to extort Diddy by requesting $30 million in exchange for her not publishing a tell-all book. He targeted her on social media. In retaliation, Cassie reposted a tweet from Playboy Cardi, Ye's former prodigy, that said, Ye STFU. Cassie is reportedly scheduled to testify against Diddy at his federal trial this summer, and Ye is intent on undermining her credibility. However, everyone is curious as to whether Kim and Kanye will also be subject to legal repercussions and whether Diddy's collapse could bring them down as well. This is really embarrassing. Feeling guilty, many people have been speculating about who else might be in the prosecutor's crosshairs since Diddy's federal trial began. I've already provided a thorough explanation of what to anticipate in the courtroom, including rumors of an arson assault directed at Kanye's protege. Kid Cudi might have a significant role in the trial. However, Kanye is currently facing legal action from Lauren Pistata, his former assistant, who alleges that Ye abused and fired her during a studio session that Sean Combs also hosted. The complaint was filed in October 2024 and includes further claims that Ye continuously harassed her sexually and that Kanye's behavior toward her caused her to develop PTSD. In response, Ye's attorneys have accused Pistata of extortion and blackmail, alleging that she attempted to utilize sexual coercion and demanded a $4 million salary. However, this lawsuit might be the least of Kanye's concerns. Kanye also charged Kim Kardashian with being a trafficker in a slew of tweets earlier in March, even though Kim hasn't addressed Ye's accusations. It's possible that the entire Kardashian family, including Kim, will take legal action against him for his outrageous, out-of-pocket tweets. However, given that it appears Diddy's legal team may be closely monitoring Ye's tweets, could Ye's fervent defense of Diddy also lead to him being called into court? Diddy's attorney sent Cassie Ventura a subpoena requesting access to all of her drafts of her alleged tell-all book after Kanye accused her of extortion. Cassie tried to resist their requests, but Arun Subramanian, judge, is it possible to have a new judge with a simpler name to use? Suber, the subminion underlying Subramanian, Cassie tried to resist their requests. But Diddy's attorneys were granted access to an early manuscript of Cassie's unpublished memoir by Judge Arun Subramanian. Diddy's lawyers reportedly want to identify inconsistencies in Cassie's memoir that contradict her account. Additionally, it was stated that Diddy turned down a plea bargain from the government, despite Mark Agnello, his attorney, maintaining that his client had no criminal history. Rather, Agnello asserted that Diddy was only a swinger and that his purportedly unauthorized gatherings were completely voluntary. Diddy's attorneys even proposed a completely new defense tactic on April 29th, arguing that their client may not have been mentally capable of committing crimes because of his drug use, which is illegal, but whatever. If you are pulled over for a DUI, you cannot tell the police, "Hey, I wasn't mentally capable of committing this crime," to everyone. I'm not sure if that is how this works out. Once more, Diddy's lawyers are undoubtedly doing all in their power to protect their client. However, will Diddy's claim that he was a swinger be sufficient to dispel the federal government's accusations that he was a sex trafficker with Kanye on a crash-out mission? given that Diddy's relationship with Kanye and Kim has lasted for almost 25 years. I'm betting that we're going to hear a ton more stories about their past together. Stay tuned, because things are only going to get hotter from here. English created. Automatically, everything from Bad Boy Records' rap lore was seen.